Hello, consistent predictable income community. Welcome to day number 5 of the 5-day listing domination challenge. My name's Dan Rashawn, and hello. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm sitting in a courtyard in Orlando, Florida. You may hear some planes flying over top of me, but that's okay because we adapt. We adapt the circumstance. I'm going to talk to you guys about that a little bit here today as well. So today, what we're going to learn on day number 5 of CPI's 5-day challenge is that you're going to learn the communication model, the CPI communication model. You're going to learn the 10 steps, the 10 things that cost you 0 talent and 0 money. And that's going to be at the end of today's presentation. And you're going to have a summary of what we've learned so far this week. So thank you for being here today. I'd love to hear your feedback. So I'd love for you to share with me a little bit about your experience. So have you been doing your CPI daily missions each day? What did you learn? What did you experience? What did you feel? What's your feedback? No, Nichelle, I know you had shared with me that you actually changed your viewpoint of who you're going to lead generate for. Was that true?
Yes. So initially I chose my way would be open houses. And I switched from open houses to FSBO. I'm going to give that a shot because I think that the rate of success is higher with FSBO than it would be with open houses.
Okay. So the rate of success would be higher for FSBOs. You'll definitely get more listings for FSBOs.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And open houses will generate a ton of buyers as well. I think it's the 3 strategies that I teach throughout this week would be, these are the 3 strategies. The reason why I selected these was for 2 reasons. One is because these are the 3 strategies that will resonate with one of you, and most likely. And then secondly, is that these are the 3 strategies that if I'm sitting in Orlando, Florida right now. If I came to Orlando, Florida to come sell real estate and I had 0 connections, which I have a few, but very, very few, and I was new to the marketplace, what would I do? I would employ these 3 tactics one at a time, and that's what I would do. So that's one of the reasons why I chose and why I teach these 3 methods. So thank you, Nichelle, for sharing that with us. Who else would like to share? What's your experience been this week? Who's been sending the video messages?
Hey, Dan, it's Colin again.
Hey, Colin. Oh, sorry for that win.
That's all right. I've sent them, and it's just like I'm a handwritten note guy too. I write a lot of cards, and it never fails every time. You know, I mentioned the other day that people told me they wanted me to come talk about their house, but I also get people who just will call me back and go, "Yeah, you know, I was having a really bad week. Your message really good to me. Thanks for calling. I really appreciate you reaching out to me." So
yeah.
I'm a big believer in whatever your spiritual beliefs are. If somebody pops in your head, they popped in there for a reason. You should reach out to them. So, and every time I do this, it always comes true.
That's fantastic, Colin. Thank you for sharing that with us. One of the things that we recall and who I choose to be is anytime that I'm afraid to have a conversation. It's one of my rules that I have with myself is to immediately have that conversation. So that's something that I do with a pretty consistent basis, a complete consistent basis. So thank you, Colin, for sharing that with me. Who else would like to share? Who would like to share next?
Hey, Colin. I'm sorry, Dan. Got the right face and wrong name. Anyway,
that's okay. Rob. We'll go with it.
Yeah, it's that kind of day. It's been moving, but yeah, I just like to share. You know, I just started, a day or 2 ago, and I sent one video out. I really just sent it to a couple friends, and they were going, "Oh my God, you're getting ready to do videos!" So I guess the main thing is I got a response. I'm also calling for sell by owners. that's something I was starting even before the CPI.
Okay.
But now I have sort of a different approach that I'm taking, looking to just get an appointment for a preview and not trying to sell them on the phone. And so I do have a potential appointment. I'm supposed to call back and confirm later today for Monday. So
Got it.
it's a
Got
start.
it. So congratulations, Robin. So you say you just jumped into the challenge just a couple of days ago. Is that true?
I did. So, but I'm
Okay.
going to be sticking around, for further boot camps and training. So
Well, we're doing one on March 28th. I'll tell you more about that later today.
okay,
And
thank you.
if you to join us, you're welcome. Robin, so you said that you've been calling the for sale by owners, and now you're transitioning it to previewing the properties rather than trying to get the appointment on the phone.
Yes.
Have you reviewed the tactics to text the for sale by owners instead of calling them?
No.
Okay. So in your CPI learning portal, and right after this class, I'll make sure that you have access to that. Leslie will jump on and make sure that you have access to that. We go through a script of how you can get 1 out of 7 for sale by owners who you text to meet with you. Then 1 out of 7 who you meet with will hire you. And so the methodology on that is really, I'm going to talk more about this here in a few moments about the for sale by owners. It's really to go through and to create the relationship with them and then provide them value and contribute to them. It's not necessarily to go and get the listing on day one.
Great.
You guys know what? I didn't realize this, but I must have set up right next to a amusement ride park that they just opened at noon. Because I just realized it was been nice and quiet here until just a few moments ago, and now I hear a bunch of kids screaming. I'm like, what's going on with that? So I hope that's not too distracting. I'll try to mute myself if I'm not talking, but
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, I'm
you
like,
can't really hear
why?
anything
Why are the kids screaming? I
except
guess
for on this call. There's just interruption on the call itself, but can't hear
I
the
gotcha.
background.
All right. Hey, then I'll let that I'll let the scream of the kids sink to my heart, and I will enjoy it because I'll just be a kid here, pretend I'm on the roller coaster over there with them. Guess what I'm doing in 45 minutes? I'm going over there. Check that out. See what's going on over there. All right. So who else would like to share? Thank you, Robin, for sharing with us. Who else would like to share next? What's your experience been?
I can share. It's Khadijah here. Hey, Dan. I did the FISBO, so the first tack did, and I got about like 3 responses for just to go to like view their properties. So I'm actually going on tomorrow. I set, time apart for those on tomorrow. And I actually purchased the kit as well to hand over to the owners. One of them, though, the owner will not actually be there. It'll be kind of like a friend that's kind of like over the property per se. I wasn't 100% sure, like if I still needed to, go to preview, because I do know that I wanted to get in the face of the owner and not necessarily the friend.
Maybe.
Huh?
May I interject here?
Sure.
Okay. In the past 4 months, I've sold 3 for sale by owners that I never met the owner and never even interacted with the owner. Very similar. What you're experiencing right there is something that it's actually a common, I don't know why, but it's common for people who want to sell on their own, but then they don't like trust themselves. So then they get a friend who they trust more. And then that friend ends up doing the work for them. The challenge with that here is to understand from that friend's perspective, it's something like when you're creating a relationship with them, you want to highlight, you want to dive deep into the responsibility that friend has. Okay, because that friend has this is the same thing with you doing when you deal with estates. We'll go through that in a 3-day boot camp about estates. When there's like a one decision maker, and you have 2 or 3 brothers or sisters. That one person has this responsibility on their shoulders, and that's what you appeal to with them. Then you get them to convince the for sale by owner that they can make, because it's about money for that person most likely. So I would definitely meet with that person. I'm sorry to interrupt you on that. I just wanted to make sure I got that to you. So
Yeah,
continue
and I was
sharing
going
with
to
me.
ask your opinion on that because I wasn't 100% sure, like, the route to take, even though I did just went ahead and set the appointment with them just to, kind of view. And then another one was basically will be like an open house type of thing.
Okay.
So I did confirm with that. So yeah, 3 viewings, 2 will be with the one will be the owner, one would be the friend, and then the other one will be an open house type of thing.
Awesome. Now with the open house, there's going to be other agents there as well. Just prepare for that.
Yes.
And understand. And I want everyone to hear this. And this is true of every single lead generation source. It's just the for sale by owner is more apparent because it's more face-to-face time. Every single lead generation source that you have sucks. Let me just throw that out there. And if you can approach this business with that knowledge, then now you can take away that, well, this sucks. Okay, because they all are not great. So it's not necessarily about finding that golden, there is no golden ticket. There is no, hey, here's the blue pill. Take the blue pill and boom, you're golden, right? That doesn't exist. So what you have to understand is that anywhere between 84 to 97% of the time, you're going to strike out. That's the reality of sales. That's the reality of our business. And just like what I showed for those of you who were on here on Tuesday's class, where I showed you, say, hey, listen, somebody can reject you pretty fiercely. And then you can, in the same action, it's the very same activity, you can get an appointment and then you get a paycheck for $18,500. Right? So that's a part of what we do. That's just what we do here. All right, let's have one more person share your experience with us, if you could. I'd love to hear from one more person. And while I wait for these planes to pass over top of me. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, who's going to share next? What do you got? Tell us about your experience. What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? Who has done the activity this week? Who's had a challenge with the activity this week? Who has a question about the activity this week?
So I have a question and
Sure.
a little bit of a challenge. No, maybe not a challenge, but definitely a question.
Okay.
If you are not sure if this is the number of the person you think it is, do you like send a text, but then that means it makes it weird when you send a text then a video, or do you just go for it, send the video, and if it's the wrong number, then it's the wrong number?
Yeah. May not get us in trouble with any do not call or do not text laws or anything like that, right? Let me share with you, not a direct advice, but let me share with you what I do. I don't care. I'm following up with anybody. Okay. That's what I do because I know that the fortune is within the masses. Okay. And I also know I'm going to strike out the majority of the times. You know what? There was a time where I took when I used to own the brokerage, way back, and I had taken a bunch of people out to this real estate conference. I had about 20 people with me that I was hosting, and I remember the lady sitting next to me. So there was this guy up on stage getting interviewed in front of 10,000 real estate agents, and the girl next to me says, "Dan, I want to be that successful." Speaking of the guy up top of the stage. And I looked at her, I said, yeah, he's the biggest failure in the room. And she thought I was joking. I'm like, no, for real. He's the biggest failure in the room. And she's like, what do you mean by that? I was like, come to lunch with me. I'll tell you more about that at lunch. So we go out, we go to lunch. I forget about the conversation, but she brings it back up to me. She's like, Dan, what were you talking about when you're sharing with me? He's the biggest failure. What do you mean? He's up on stage. I say, check it out. He is up on stage because he's failed more than you have. He's up on stage because he's failed more than I have. Nobody is going to succeed at a disproportionate amount than somebody else. It's just to sit there and understand that everybody gets rejected, and I'm just going to move forward through that anyways. So is it the right number, not the right number? I don't care, right? Because what's the worst thing that can happen? Worst thing that can happen is say, hey, you got the wrong number. Okay. My apologies. Oh, by the way, who do you need in the market to buy a home or sell a house or invest in real estate? Anybody from your family or your church, or maybe somebody from your daughter's school? I'll ask it anyway if it's appropriate. Right. So Nichelle, I hope that answers your question. Was there a second thing that you were going to ask? Yeah, I thought there was. Go ahead.
No, that does answer my question. No second thing. That it was mostly that, because that's kind of been what's like. I have a list now of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that I'm going to send to, and I do have a follow-up question. So in these, so far, so I have sent the one. I've only sent one. That's full transparency.
Full disclosure.
I've only sent one, and I did get a response back. And I'm going to send another one to her because I followed up to her text, but she hasn't responded. But with that one, I kind of just said, hey, we have a past. I helped her buy the condos that she's in. So, I kind of followed up with that. For other people that do I make it known? Do I just say, hey, this is me just checking in on you, saying hi? Or do I say that, I'm calling for real estate referrals, or to see if do I mention real estate at all?
Do they know that you're a real estate agent?
Yes.
Okay, then don't.
No.
Okay, so yeah, so you're just there to care for them. You're just there to check in on them. You're not there to solicit their business. It will come naturally. Okay, it will come naturally. So as long as they see you as the resource for real estate sales, it will come naturally. You're just there to care for them and love on them, check in on them, be a resource. Just like what Cullen said earlier. Cullen said earlier about, hey, look, I got some results that I wasn't even expecting. It wasn't even business. It was like somebody did a hand. Mm-hmm. Right. And then Cullen, I know Cullen is such a relational person and such a caring person and such an empathetic person that I know Cullen, if he can help you, he will. Right. So now, again, it's not necessarily, it's like he's not helping them to get business yet. When they have a business need, who are they going to go and reach out to?
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, for those of you listening to this that they don't know that you're a real estate agent, there is a second step you have to put in there, which is you have to start having them to reflect to you as a real estate agent, right? So if they don't know you're a real estate agent, it's not going to work. All right. And so the easiest way to do that is just to, you can do a video right now. You can sit there and say, hey, listen, I just wanted to reach out to you, let you know I'm really excited. I've changed careers for the past however many years. Use whatever your past career was and tie that into your new career. For me, I was a waiter. So I would say something like this. I say, for the past 20 years, I've been waiting tables and I've loved doing it. But guess what? I'm too old to do it now. Well, here's one of the things that I love most about doing it. I love serving people. I love helping people. I love being able to really relate with other people. And that's why I chose to sell real estate, because it allows for me to serve people like you, to be able to relate with people and to be able to be of service. So I just wanted to say hello. I'm not asking you for anything. I just wanted to let you know that this is what I'm doing. If I can help you in any way, let me know. Okay. And that's the way that I approach it if I'm new to real estate sales and they don't know me. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
All right. So let's move on. So thank you all for sharing about your experiences. So are you adapting? So I'm curious about this. So for us to succeed, you're going to have to adapt. Okay. So you're going to have to choose that what's worked in the past may not work today. It's, I was supposed to be in a Regis Center today. Here, you guys want to see something? Here, check this out. This is my environment right now. It's not a bad environment, right? Like, there's got to be an amusement park on the other side of that tent over there, right? Like, hey, I'm not complaining or anything, right? Because I'm sitting here. I wish I had some shorts on, because then I could be like, hey, I'm in my shorts and flip flops. I don't have shorts on, but I will later today. So, but you have to adapt. You have to adapt, and you have to understand that times have changed. This morning when I was traveling over here to come to a Regis Center, and the Regis Center was booked. What did I do to get here? How do you guys think I got here physically? I called an Uber. I didn't call a taxi. I called an Uber, right? And so just like 10 years ago, would I have called an Uber? No. I would call a taxi, right? Or a bus or something. I would not have called an Uber, right? So you have to understand, we talked about this briefly yesterday. You have to understand, we talked yesterday about big data, artificial intelligence, commoditization, and technology, and how they're already integrated into our workplace today. And that's where we're going to unravel those during the 3-day that we're going to talk about here in a few minutes, in about 10, 15 minutes. So let's put this all together. On Monday, discovered why do you sell real estate? I asked for you to take a sticky note, put the sticky note on your computer. Who here's done that exercise? Raise your hand or shout out if you've done that exercise. Michelle has. Okay, fantastic. I can't see you guys also. So who else has done that? Carl. Okay, hello, Carl. Good to see you. Who has done that exercise? Why do you sell real estate? The reason why you want to do why did you sell real estate is because there will be times where this will be hard. You guys got that? There will be times where you don't want to show up. There will be times where you'll think that you got a deal ready to close and it will blow up and it won't go to closing. Has that happened to anybody besides me? Yeah, well, that sucks. Okay, that's really, really hurts, particularly if you're not lead generating and you don't have other business coming in the pipeline. And when that happens, I want you to look at that note on your sticky note. If you get one thing out of this class for the entire week, this is what I want you to get. I want you to get, why do you sell real estate? Because that will keep you in action. That will keep you in a place that you, when you have those bad days, you'll be able to continue taking action. So that's probably the most important exercise that you're going to get from this class. On Wednesday, we dove deep into finding your way to make sales. We reviewed the framework of the lead process coming from, I sent out a cold email. It wasn't cold. It was an email to a target market list. I got an FU. I also got a congratulations, good job. And I also got a, hey, how much do you charge for your commission? Which then led to a 5-star Zillow review, which I just got that less than a week ago. On Thursday, reviewed the scientific hack for you to be the best version of yourself and for you to know why are you selling real estate and for you to be able to be in a position that regardless of where you are in your life, if you're going through these cycles and you're getting the same result over and over again, if you want a different result, what do you do? If you know why you're selling real estate, and if you believe in yourself, and if you found your way to sell, you know the way for you to sell, there is nothing that can stop you. You guys get that? There is nothing that can stop you. So what you haven't realized this week is that this is building upon itself. Everybody here in this conversation right now will be or already are successful in real estate sales. How do I know that? Anybody want to guess how I know that? Because you hear. Because on day one, this happens every single class that I teach. And I master with other high-end instructors, and it's the same thing. On day 5, 1/3 of the class will be there, 100% of the time. Doesn't matter how great of an instructor you are. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Because that 1/3 that shows up on Friday is the 1/3 that will create the success, because most won't. You are the successful ones. You're the ones wherever you are in your journey today, you're the ones that either are successful. I mean, we're all successful human beings, right? You know, so success is just I hate that word, really. It's a perception word, right? But here's the reality of this. I just want you to believe in yourself and understand why you're selling real estate. And I got distracted there for a second. I was sharing with you, you haven't known this class has been a framework to set you up for success. Each day has been a segment to say, here's where we need first. We need first to figure out why. Then we need to figure out how. Then we need to figure out how we remove those limiting beliefs, right? Then we need to understand how we can be able to succeed in this business. And now what I want to talk to you about is how do you connect with other people? So today what we're going to do is we're going to dive into a framework, just like the frameworks that we've gone in before. I want you guys to take a lot of notes on this to be able to communicate at the highest level possible with another human being. And then we're going to talk about the 3-day boot camp that's coming up. And then we're going to talk about the 10 things that cost you zero money and cost you zero talent. No money, no talent, right? And I'm going to give you a list of 10 of those at the end of this class. We'll get you signed up for the 3-day boot camp, and we'll go and we'll sell some real estate this week. Yeah. All right. Here's the CPI communication model. So understand that we're, as human beings, we're energy. I think I mentioned this earlier in the week about the energy that we have goes through our bodies, goes through our souls, goes through our spirits. And when we can connect with other people energetically, when we can connect with other people in a manner that we can mirror their energy and we can physically connect, there is a physical connection there. You can't see it, right? Yeah, here's the reality of this. I'm teaching you guys here. You guys know there is a bunch of people walking all around this entire thing behind me, right? But I am not focused on any of that. I'm focused on you, right? I can block out all of my surroundings right now. There's only one thing in my world right now that's important, and that is you. And when you can create that in your world to be able to connect with another person energetically, you'll be positioned to be able to make more sales, because you'll be positioned to be able to listen actively. So let's talk about this. So what is rapport? When I ask what is rapport, the most common question that I get is rapport is a connectivity. Leslie, do me a favor, take me off that slide real quick for me, because I really want to make sure that I'm connecting with you guys face to face here. Thank you very much. So rapport is an energy. Rapport is a connection. I want you to envision right now 2 dancers coming into a ballroom. And those 2 dancers come into a ballroom, never met each other before. And they look at each other, they're professionals, they know how to dance, yet they've never met each other. And can you imagine those 2 people dancing in unison, in synchronicity, without touching each other? They can dance and they know when one shoulder's going to go in like that and the other shoulder's going to come out like this. Can you imagine those 2 dancers dancing like that? That is an example of a high level rapport. How do they do that? They do that because they are in touch with each other. They're in tune with each other. They connect with each other's rapport. And when you gain rapport with another human being, and the easiest way to do that is just simply focus on them. You'll know that you're in rapport when you can physically feel it. Rapport shows up as a feeling on the inside, because remember what rapport is that energetic connection between 2 human beings, or more than 2 human beings. You can be connected with more than 2 people at the same time. And so it shows up and you can feel it in your belly. You can feel it in your chest. You can feel it on the inside. So you know your rapport when you can physically feel it. You guys all with me on this? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Now, when you gain rapport, how do you then guide somebody to do what's in their best interest? You ask them adept questions. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to share something that very, very few trainers ever teach you, because, well, frankly, because they don't know it. But here's the reality of this. Has anybody ever taught you a real estate sales script before? Anybody besides me? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Now, here's the reason why real estate sales scripts are important. Okay, now they are important, but they're important for 2 reasons. Number one is that they're important for you to be able to know what to say. Number 2 is they're important so that you can find patterns of languaging that causes a result, because there is scientific languaging patterns that cause a result. Why is it that one agent could get hired 85% of the time cold? It's because I've studied the neurolinguistic patterns of psychology and human behavior and understanding how the words go together. And so that is what the scripts are. But here's the thing about scripts that the trainers don't tell you. When you don't have to focus on what am I going to say, what does that allow for you to do?
To listen.
Listen. So this is why the scripts are important. Remember CPI time. CPI time, I'll remind you. Number one is to lead generate. Number two is to attend the appointment, or sorry, number two is to convert the leads to an appointment. Number three is to attend the appointment for the purpose to get hired. Number four is to negotiate. And number five is description role play. Why is script and role play in your top 5 of money-making activities? It's in your top 5 of money-making activities because it allows for you to do your job. Because if I know what to say, and I can tell you this, you can throw any real estate objection at me at all that you want. I know how to handle it. Okay. So that positions me so that then I can actively listen. So if you want to make more sales, you do so by following this communication model. Build rapport, ask in-depth questions, and then actively listen. And that is how you position yourself to make more sales. So this week, what we reviewed is we reviewed 3 techniques and rather tactics. We reviewed 3 tactics and we reviewed the secret sauce of videos. I asked for you to spend 1 hour a day doing this activity. Some of you did, some are not here, some did not, and that's okay. But the reality of it is I know if you put 5 hours in this past week of doing the activity, if you've not done the activity yet, do it this weekend, because I promise you that this activity will generate results. This activity is the activity that you need to be able to show you your way to be able to get results. So with the for sale by owners, we already mentioned to you that you're going to get hired at a lower rate. So 1 out of every 7 people who you text will meet with you. 1 out of 7 people who you meet face-to-face will hire you. The overview philosophy of the for sale by owners, go there just simply to create relationship. You have access to the for sale by owner help kit that you can get from one of our websites. I'm sure Leslie already put in the text for that. You take that for sale by owner help kit, you give it to them, you create a relationship, you get permission to follow up with them. You say this to them: Mr. and Mrs. for sale by owner, I appreciate the time to be able to take a look at your home today. I'm not here to solicit your listing. May I be able to hand some information that will allow for you to sell this on your own? Because I'm going to hand this to you. Why? Because I know that many for sale by owners end up hiring an agent. And if that's you in the future, I'd like an opportunity to be able to apply for the job. Is that fair? Great. From now till then, I just want to be able to provide you with value and to be able to help you do this on your own. And I'm not even going to ask you for your business, unlike those other agents who are, begging for your business. Now, what did I just do there? I separated myself. Every other time that an agent asks for that business, guess what they're going to do? You automatically seed it into their head to say, oh no, those agents are not the one I want. Who I want is you, the one that's actually there to help me. We talked about the Facebook lead generator. The Facebook lead generator, the results of that are even worse than the results of for sale by owner. But the reality of it is you don't feel those because you're not face to face with the people. Okay. For sale by the Facebook lead generator, you're going to get 1 out of 100 will buy within the next 45 days. Okay. Again, if I was new to Orlando and I need to come and find business, I'm doing that because I know that for $200, I could get a closing 45 days from now, or at least under contract rather. And then 30 days from then I'd have a closing. Okay. It works. It's a small investment. You have to call and you have to follow up with a lot of people. And then 3 to 5 of those will buy within 18 months. So if you have great systems in place, you can increase that from 1% to 3 to 5%. And then the open house strategy. So again, if I were an open house agent, I would do between 2 and 4 open houses every single weekend. That would be my gig. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, I'm following up with those people who I meet within that open houses. I would do a live video. Again, video being the secret sauce. Here's a script that you could use, something like this. Greetings, it's Dan Roshan. I just want to invite you to join me today at 123 Main Street. And this is a great community. I'm hosting it open today. I would like to invite you over as my guest. That does 2 things. One is generate some traffic to your open house, but 2 is I want you to treat that open house like an event. When you do that, you'll position yourself to be able to get more visibility. So now we go back to those questions that you had asked earlier about, well, do I ask for the business when I'm sending the video? No, because they see the videos of you doing the open houses, for example. They see you as a resource. Okay, so then when Colin reaches out to them, it's probably not going to be for a real estate need. It's probably going to be for something else, and that's fine. Okay, yet you're positioning yourself as the expert, as the resource, as the person who cares, as the person who can help others. Does that make sense to you guys? Y'all good with this? Yes. All right. So we went through those 3 tactics. We also talked about video, and we talked about finding your way. So the simplest way for you to have success is to find your way. And when you find your way, you're going to have more money, you're going to have more freedom, and you're going to have the opportunity to make better choices and to have more control over your choices. So I want to go back and I want to tell you guys about the 3-day event that's coming up on March 28th. Now, yesterday I made a mistake. I guess I did make a mistake. I made a mistake yesterday because one of my colleagues who's promoting the event for me had announced yesterday to a large audience that we're charging $47 for the event. And because we had several people to take them up on that offer, I offered yesterday for $97, and I'm going to have to honor the $47 price. So if you've not signed up yet, then it's going to be $47 for 3 days. If you have already signed up, then we'll make sure that we refund your money. And so I want to share with you what others have received from CPI coaching. Les, if you can help me with this.
It's no volume. Can't hear anything.
Yep, we're working on that right now.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you. Yeah, thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate that.
There you go.
They got it now.
It had been almost 3 years in the business, and I had no transactions. It started with one phone call where we went into a deep dive over what is it that I like to do? How do I assess my natural skills? And it was like a switch turned on. Then I think before certification ended, I had 3 sales. Plus I was already well on another one. And it was nice to end the year on a good note.
The CPI course with Dan Roshan is one of the most comprehensive programs you'd ever embark on. The best investment I've made in my young real estate career, and it's difficult here in New York City. The CPI community and Dan Roshan, what they have done is broken down step by step how to build a business.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez.
It had been almost 3 years in the business.
All right, so that was Mindy from San Diego, and that was Efren from New York City. I always think about that hot sauce when you think New York City. And they both had taken the CPI certification, which was the actual 12-week course. And that was some feedback that they had shared with us on that. So what I want you to know is that you do not have to worry about Zillow. You do not have to worry about Redfin. You don't have to worry about another competitor taking your business from you. You just have to find your way. So during the 3-day event that's coming up on March 28th, I'm going to show you the 10 steps, the framework, the complete CPI framework to be able to find your way so that you can have the results, the same results as Mindy has, the same results as Efren has had, the same results as some of you here on this video right now I've had. So Dolores just did the 5-day challenge, and she said, reason number 2. Well, before I tell you reason number 2, I already know that you believe in me. How do I know that you believe in me? Because you're here right now. Reason number 2 is you don't believe in yourself. I believe in you. If you don't have the belief in yourself that you desire right now, borrow my belief, because I believe in you, because I know that you could do this. Just like I told you earlier, because I know you could do this, because you're showing up. And I hope that you're doing the work as well. I know you're here. I don't know if you're doing the work. I hear the feedback from you guys at the beginning, right? Yeah. I hope that you're doing the work. And if you're not, I want to be able to help you do the work. I want to go ahead and wrap up with the 10 things that you'll be able to, well, before I do that, March 28th to 30th, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., nobrokemonths.com. And I want to go through the 10 things that cost you 0 talent and 0 money. They are: number 1, be on time. Everybody here can be on time, right? Yes. Number 2, work ethic. Number 3, passion. They say the one with the most passion is the one that's going to win in any given situation. Number 4, do extra. Number 5, be prepared. Number 6, attitude. Hopefully it's a positive attitude. Number 7, body language. You can have powerful body language. You can have the body language of a successful person. Number 8, effort. Number 9, energy. And number 10, you can choose to be coachable. Those are the 10 things that cost you zippy talent and zippy money. Can you guys all do that? Yes, 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 yes. All right, fantastic. All right, so I am so proud of you for getting here today. I want to thank you for joining me. I want to invite you to the upcoming challenge. Hang out if you'd like, and I'd love to hear feedback about the class for the week, and then answer any questions that you may have. And Leslie can help you if you need any help, logistically, operationally, that type of stuff. So make sure you book your appointment today, nobrokemonths.com, because we will limit seats on that. And that's all I got for you today. So I'll hang out. Who has a question? Who has a thought? What would you like to share?
Hey,
Dan,
Dan,
I had a question. Oh, sorry, Colin, go ahead.
I was going to say that this is the second time I've sat through this with you, and I always get a lot of it, and I love your book, and I love how you communicate and the questions you ask, because it invites conversation, whereas most people ask questions just so they can respond to it themselves. And you don't. You ask questions that are really probing questions to get people to respond to what it is you're asking. And I say that because the thing I really got out of this time was I love the verbiage you use about help over assist. I love that. Yeah. That was awesome. So as always, I appreciate you, brother. You do good work in this space, man.
Thank
So
you, Colin.
thank you.
And I wish, I wish I remember who taught me that, the help versus assist. I learned that many years ago, and somebody had shared it with me, and I just, I'm just passing along, right? I mean, that's all that I'm doing. I'm just passing along I've spent many years studying this stuff, and I'm just putting it into a package and passing it along, right? I can't claim ownership of help versus assist. I wish I knew who said that to me, but I don't recall. So thank you, Colin. Appreciate that. Fran, what were you gonna share or ask?
My age is getting to me. It's totally.
No, we don't let those affirmations. We don't let those affirmations fly. Sorry, Fran.
Frick. Well, I do want to double down on what Cullen had said. So this was my second time as well, and it was not the same as the first time, and I did get other things out of it. So I thank you again. Oh, I remembered. So scripting. I firmly believe that scripting is extremely important. So do you have a class or have information to provide to us?
I love that you just asked me that. I was talking to Kat Rich, who is going to be doing the scripting. She's going to be doing the scripting class during the 3-day boot camp. And then we're going to be announcing a longer year-long program where twice a week she's going to be hosting the scripts and role play. So we're going to be adding into the CPI community 5 days of 3 days is going to be a CPI daily step. So we take the frameworks and we're going to give you an easy daily step every single day. So this is going to be starting in April. And then twice a week, it's going to be a script and role play. And then Kat's going to lead a section on the script and role play in the 3-day boot camp. So it's all to come.
Awesome.
I'm about a month away from it. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Dan, the boot camp at the end of the month, is this like a prerequisite, what we just did, or can anybody jump right in?
You can jump right in. Yes. So if you can share it with a friend, and it's going to be much more comprehensive of what we did. So you're going to hear this information again, yet I'm going to be able to go deep on it. Right. So if you didn't go through the 5 challenge, that's okay. Because I'll be able to go deep on it. So if you have friends, feel free to share the link with them.
Great. Thanks.
My pleasure. Somebody's trying to sign up, but no broke months. But after entering my credit card, entering, it tells me missing purchase. All right. Who is, I don't know.
It's me, Dan.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know the technical stuff on that.
Yeah, I've entered it twice now and it keeps telling me missing purchase. And then it erases my credit card information both times.
Well, at least we're erasing it rather than keeping it. Sorry for that challenge.
Well, and I got an error message as well.
All right, why don't we do this? Why don't I talk to my technical people and we will send you a text today once it's fixed. I don't think that I know I can't figure it out, and I don't think I can get it figured out in the next 30 seconds. So
you're going to send a text or an email?
I'm going to send a text because I know that the text will get to you more likely than an email will. And so I'll send a text to all the participants in the challenge this week. You'll text when we fix that error later today.
Thank you.
Dan.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, this is Robin. You mentioned earlier about the text scripts. I mean, not scripts, but the messages. Is that somewhere in the training, or is that something that I can reach out and get copies of?
Les, can you make sure that Robin Houston is in the Experience of 5-day challenge? And then if you've not received that access, Robin, you will today. And all those texts are in there.
Great, thank you.
So Leslie's checking on that right now. She'll reach out to you as well, Robin, to make sure you get it. All right. Well, thank you all for your time. I look forward to seeing you at the 3-day boot camp. Thank you for your patience. I'll get that billing fixed, and we'll show that over to you later today.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Bye-bye.
Dan, are you still there? Dan?
Hey, Desiree, I think Dan jumped out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What you got, Desiree?
That's okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
or can I ask you, how do I book a call with him?
Okay, booking a call with them. Let me give you a link where you can, let me find it. Okay, got it. So for everyone who wants to book a call with Dan, you can use that link.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm. Is there?
No.
So Cindy, for the FISBO kit,
Yeah.
Thank
can
you.
you? Okay, that's right. So were you able to check the link that I sent?
When did you send that?
Let me send it again here. So that's where you can get the FISBO kit.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
And then the scripts that someone else also asked for.
So for the scripts, it's on the, let me check. It's on the 5-day listing portal.
I think they changed the portal though, since maybe not.
Wait, let me, how about, I can give you your magic link so you can directly access the
Okay,
your portal. So let me just,
great.
here. So I've just sent you the magic link.
Magic link. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me know if you have any trouble accessing your portal. Yeah, the script should be on the other trainings.
I'm sorry, where?
Let me check. So you need to go to the 5-day listing and then day 2 and training, the tactic one. There's a script in there right below the step 2 daily mission.
Okay, great. All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Cindy. So Sal, I know FISBO has a payment. It's not free. I'm not really sure with how much did it cost, but you can check the link.
Will this portal be available to us for a little while?
I believe so, yeah. So I think it will be available up until next week.
Okay. All right, great.
I think a week from now, yeah.
Okay, thank you.